Welcome to Spicer Field on the campus of Tufts University. Today we have a good one in store for you. The Jumbos of Tufts University, 27-2 on the year, 10-0 in the NESCAC. Play host to the Wesleyan Cardinals, coming in at 11-15, 1-7 in the NESCAC. But in this new 18-game NESCAC season, nothing is out of reach for either of these two teams. Two teams coming in with very different goals. Wesleyan trying to get their season back on track, trying to get back on the roll towards a trip to the NESCAC tournament. The Jumbos just 3 wins away from guaranteeing that the road to the NESCAC title runs through Medford. I'm Riley Daniel. Alongside me for this one is Ariel Weinstein. Ariel, what do the Jumbos need to do today to get another win on that road to that perfect NESCAC season?
I think over the last couple of games, we've seen the Jumbos offense struggle a little bit more than usual, with some of those bats being a little bit quiet in a 1-0 midweek Babson game. So they're hoping to get the bats going early and often here so that they can get ahead of this Cardinals team.
Yeah, this is a Cardinals team that has really struggled with the bats, scoring less than 3 runs a game in NESCAC play, and they're not going to find it easy today with Sophia DeCoco on the mound.
No, definitely not. DeCoco's had an amazing season. We've seen her come close to a couple of really I'm not gonna say the words actually. Some really good starts from DeCoco alongside the rest of this Jumbo's pitching staff. Saw freshman Emily Doty go midweek against Babson and throw a perfect game. So DeCoco definitely looking to follow up that performance with another good start here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Emily Doty. Doty only available in relief if necessary today. We expect to see her tomorrow against Trinity. But DeCoco obviously coming in an All-American last year. Phenomenal season, 3rd in the NESCAC in ERA and WHIP. Just a phenomenal pitcher and someone who's really good at inducing weak contact, getting outs, and just getting the bats back up.
Yeah, definitely. She started 15 games on the year and thrown the most innings out of anybody on this Jumbo's pitching staff in 73. So she's looking to get going here against the Wesleyan Cardinals center fielder Hannah Doctor. And DeCoco's first pitch. Taken on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, Doctor comes in here today hitting .292 on the year. She's generally not known for a lot of power, but good amount of speed, so if she can get one in play, she can look to beat it out.
She slaps it right back to DeCoco, who quickly fires over to first. So 2 pitches and a quick out. DeCoco was able to set herself and field that ball as it came back to her pretty quickly, but she's able to make the play.
Yeah, and I think that's an underrated element of Sophia DeCoco's game. Not only is she such a great pitcher, but she's a really phenomenal fielder. And it really takes the pressure off some of her defense when they know that she can handle anything towards that pitcher circle.
And here we see Alexis Campbell, the second basewoman for the Cardinal, as DeCoco burns another strike on the inside corner. Taken just high and outside, so 1-1.
Yeah, Campbell, very low average on the year, only hitting .197, but a little bit of a power hitter with 8 of her 12 hits being multi-base hits. So look for her to try and get this ball in the air.
Take strike 2 there on the outside corner. Campbell yet to swing at anything in a 1-2 count. Look to protect here. She chokes up on the bat. Low and outside. Just missed there. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, real good location from DeCoco, trying to make Campbell, who has struck out a good number of times on the season, chase a pitch out of the zone.
She swings and lines it down the third base line, just off the glove of Rachel Moore. She will make the turn at first, but hold there. So I believe that'll be counted as a single. It was hard hit down that third base line. Moore didn't look like she really had a chance at that.
Yeah, a real good piece of hitting.
Good piece of hitting, yeah, by Campbell, and she stands on first base. with one out here in the first.
Molly Lennon, the Cardinals' leading hitter, steps in.
Slaps one down the first base line. Lineback takes it, steps on first, thinks about the throw to second. Steinberg was covering there, but they would have had to tag Alexis Campbell, so no throw there. The runner moves up, and now 2 outs with a runner on second base for Sakura Kota.
Yes, Sakura Kota coming in, hitting .306 on the year. She definitely has been their leader in terms of driving runs in. Obviously, when you have Molly Lennon in front of you, you get runners on base. Sakura Kota with 16 RBIs, looking to get one right here.
Pitch taken just outside, 1-0. Swings, grounds it down the third base line, but foul, so now 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Takoko doing a good job, not really being consistent with her location, moving it in, out, up, down, not really allowing Wesleyan to pick up anything in terms of a pattern. Has them off guard here in this first inning.
Just off the plate there, 2-1 the count. Swings and lines it past Steinberg at short into left field. Yusuf Polsky fumbles the ball a little bit, picks it up and throws it into short. And so Sakura Kota will get a single and probably an E7.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. They're definitely going to give Sakura Kota second base on the E7. I don't know how they're going to rule the runner scoring because I don't know if you can expect Yusuf Polsky to make that play.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but a great piece of hitting by Sakura Kota to line that ball hard past Josie Steinberg there at short. And now Palmer, the DP, will stand in.
And I'll tell you what, as a Jumbos fan, this is not what you want to see because the last thing you want to see is a Wesleyan team that's struggled to hit all year get confidence early on here.
Palmer swings through an outside pitch, 0-2 now, so Dakoko will look to get out of the inning here.
Ooh, it looked like she went there, and she did.
She did go, says the third base umpire. So Dakoko gets a swinging strikeout there on Palmer, and Wesleyan leads 1-0 going into the bottom of the first. and Bella Jimenez will lead off the bottom of the first inning against the Cardinals pitcher in Kelly Baker. So we'll see her get her 15th start of the year, or 15th appearance, 8th start of the year.
Yeah, she's the ace of this Wesleyan squad, only a 2.01 ERA, and if they want to stay with this jumbo, she's going to have to kind of keep to that 2.01 as best she can.
Jimenez swings at the first pitch, grounds it down the third base line, foul. But swinging hard at that first pitch, looking to get on base quickly here.
If that pitch wasn't characteristic of Bella Jimenez, I don't know what is, because that was inside, but she's swinging. She will not let anything close to the plate go.
Now swings and lines it hard the same way down the third base line, but right at De La Cruz. Fortunately for the Cardinals, so 1 out in the top of the first. A hard hit ball though.
Yeah, real good piece from Jimenez, just unfortunate. De La Cruz right there.
Now the first year Perucci stands in. Playing right field today. Takes inside, ball 1.
Yeah, you want to talk about instant impact. Caitlin Perucci, 392, 38 hits on the year, 4 home runs, 38 RBIs.
Looking at the 1-0 from Baker. Swings, lines it up the middle, off the glove of Baker into left field, so Perucci will get on here in the top of the first with 1 out.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting. Interesting to see. I think that, yeah, they will give her the hit. That should be a hit. And the hit streak continues for Caitlin Perucci. 5 now.
Steinberg, the senior shortstop, stands in. Another leader on this jumbo softball team. Grounds it hard up the middle. The shortstop will step on second, fire to first, and get the double play. So what a play by the Cardinals shortstop and Molly Lennon there to get out of the inning. It looked like that ball might have had a chance to get up the middle, but Lennon was there to make the unassisted double play.
Yeah, interesting. It looked as if the Jumbos had a hit and run on. Perucci stopped halfway through, and Wesleyan able to turn the double play, get out of that inning unscathed.
And DeCoco comes back out for her second inning of work, now facing Darlene De La Cruz, the third basewoman for the Cardinals, who made a great play over there to catch the line drive by Bella Jimenez in the bottom of the first. Swings at the first pitch, pops it down the first base line, foul. A little bit late on that fastball from DeCoco.
Yeah, De La Cruz has struggled a little bit, especially in NESCAC play. Only hitting 196 on the year.
0-1. Swings again, grounds it softly to the shortstop Steinberg, who fires over to first base in time to get the out. Good strong throw there by Steinberg. And De La Cruz is retired. 1 out for the Jumbos.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of having a player as good as Josie Steinberg defensively. Any ball hit towards shortstop is basically going to get vacuumed up and turned into an easy out.
So now Baker, the pitcher, is going to hit here for the Cardinals. Takes ball 1 outside.
An interesting choice there by the Cardinals to hit Baker. Not hitting very well on the season, only hitting .067. We'll see if she can turn that around.
Grounds it to short. Steinberg with a long throw across the diamond. What a throw again by Josie Steinberg. Picking up that ground ball to her backhand side and firing across in time to get Baker. So 2 quick outs here for DeCoco. And now facing the number 8 hitter? 8 hitter in Chrissy Gately, the right fielder.
Yeah, Chrissy Gately hitting only .215 on the year, but a couple multi-base hits, including a triple. So if she can get one into the gap here, she could really look to run.
First lefty we've seen from the Cardinal lineup. Both these teams heavy on their right-handed hitters. Swings through an off-speed pitch on the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, I don't care who you are, you're not hitting that pitch.
Looked like she was squaring to bunt for a second there, but pulls it back now. Swings and hits it hard down the first base line. Foul. So 1-2.
Last inning when she was in this put-out situation, DeCoco threw a pitch off the plate, looked to get the batter to chase. We'll see if she does the same here. She does misses there.
Does the same thing,
Oh!
and the ump will call strike 3 on the outside corner. So a strikeout looking, and that will end the top of the second inning for the Cardinal.
Wesleyan goes 1, 2, 3 in the second.
Welcome back here to Spicer. Bottom of the second. Jumbo's going to lead it off with Rachel Moore, who, in my opinion, Ariel, is probably the favorite to be the NESCAC Player of the Year right now.
Yeah, she's had a great stretch in the last 3 games. Besides that game against, she was the only player with the RBI against Babson. She hit a solo home run in that game to give them the lone run of the game to win that game 1-0, and then went 2 for 4 and 3 for 3 in the previous NESCAC series.
Comes into today with a 10-game hit streak, the longest on the team.
Takes high and inside for ball 1. Swings through low and inside. So there's 1-1.
Yeah, that is the thing about Rachel Moore. She loves that inside pitch, loves to pull the ball down that third base line.
Yeah, we've seen Baker working that inside corner against these jumbo hitters. Tries to burn one in there again, but misses inside. 2-1. Swings and hits it hard into right field, over the right fielder's head. Rachel Moore will round first, go to second, and hold there. So a double for Rachel Moore as that ball got over Chrissy Gately's head and bounced up against the wall. Good start to the inning for the Jumbos.
Yeah, a real good piece there from Rachel Moore, able to go inside out, take that one into the right field gap, and that'll bring up
Haley
Lineback with a chance to do some damage real early on in this one.
Yeah, Lineback, the other freshman in this starting lineup today for the Jumbos. Again, making an impact early on, being used all over the diamond defensively, but definitely one of their go-tos for the first base position. Swings and hits it to Lennon at shortstop, who looks Moore back. Then Moore will break for third and get there on the throw from Sakara Koda.
Yeah.
So Lineback will succeed in moving the runner over. Good base running there by Rachel Moore.
Yeah, real good job by Lineback doing her job, and phenomenal base running by Rachel Moore. That's that veteran leadership, knowing to just pause, make the shortstop think about you, and then as soon as she turns to throw, you take off for third base, get yourself into third base with only one out, allow Russo to put a ball into the air in the outfield, get you home.
Yeah, and for Sakara Koda, that's a really tough play to be able to get the ball over to third base in time to get Moore, who's got speed along with the majority of this Jumbo's lineup. As Russo grounds the first pitch foul down the first base line.
A little bit interesting to see Russo get the start today. She's only started 10 games on the air, but she's hit really well this year, hitting .349.
Swings and pops it up down the third base line, and Dilla Cruz will make the play. Had to come over a little bit and then looked Rachel Moore back, but Moore wasn't going anywhere on that. It was too close.
And that'll bring up Michelle Edelman,
The center fielder, number 2, Michelle Edelman.
who is in bad need of a hit here. 1 for 10 in her last 3.
Take strike one on the inside corner. Edelman you'll normally see towards the top of the lineup, but today she's in the 7th spot, hoping to get back on track hitting-wise, but definitely a key piece of this Jumbo's offense. Swings and hits it to Lennon at shortstop, who fires across the diamond to make the out. So that'll be 3 quick outs after the double by Rachel Moore. And we go to the top of the 3rd inning.
In the tough second, no run. Moving off the 3rd to Wesleyan.
So
is the
DeCoco comes
left
back
fielder,
for
number
the
9,
top of
Lizzie
the 3rd to face Marino, the left fielder for the Cardinal. Take strike one on the outside corner. Late call from the ump there, but
Yeah, that has been a consistent thing so far today. He seems to be taking his sweet time making the calls on balls and strikes.
looked like he might have been upping his pitch counter there before calling the pitch. Marino will ground that foul down the third base line, so 0-2. Trying to get a swing there, pitching on the outside part of the plate, but Marino not biting, so 1-2 now.
That one foul back. Marino staying alive there.
Yeah, Lizzie Marino, for hitting in the 9 spot today, is one of the better hitters on this Wesleyan team, hitting .293. with 9 RBIs, 17 hits. Facing 1 and 2 from DeCoco. Swings and grounds it to short. There's Steinberg, who fires across the diamond in time to get the out. So another strong throw. Josie Steinberg showing off her arm today. Good stretch by Haley Lineback at first as Lizzie Marino was hustling down that line.
Yeah, first time through the order. That's already 3 putouts on the day for Josie Steinberg, showing why she was the Defensive Player of the Year last year.
And now we see the top of the Cardinals lineup. So Hannah Doctor again stands in for her second trip to the plate.
Grounded out to DeCoco first time up.
Looks at a strike there. Takes low, so 1-1. Grounds again to Steinberg, who bobbles, fires across the diamond in time to get the out. So even with the bobble, Josie Steinberg's arm is strong enough to be able to get the out. Again, showing off that arm.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Josie Steinberg is a vacuum. It doesn't matter how hard you hit it, how much spin you put on it, how weird of a bounce you get, she's going to make the play.
Yeah, she did a really good job there, staying in front of that ball and knocking it down with her chest, it looked like. So then she was able to pick it up and fire across in time. As Campbell takes ball 1 outside.
Campbell, one of 2 Cardinals with a hit so far today. Had a single in that first inning. Came around to score the only run so far today.
There's a strike low and inside. Campbell didn't look like she loved that call. That's not really one you want to swing at as a hitter, so not much you could do with that. Low and outside, 2-1.
Yeah, DeCoco doing a really good job just really trying to go right around the edges of the frame of this zone. Just missing on some, getting the edge on some, not giving Wesleyan much to hit at.
There's a pitch on the inside corner, burns it in there. Campbell got out of the way a little bit, so once again, not wanting to swing at that. Good job by DeCoco to work that inside corner.
Yeah, that pitch really backed up on Campbell. Looked like it was going to hit her, ended up hitting the inside part of the play for strike.
There's outside, so the count is now full. Swings and grounds it to second base. There's Jimenez, who bobbles but makes the throw over to first to get the out. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third for the Jumbos as they will look to get some offense going in the bottom of the frame. So Kelly Baker will come out for her third inning of work. So far allowed 2 hits to the Jumbos.
The catcher, number 23, Emma Jacobson.
1 to Perucci and 1 to Rachel Moore, as now the senior catcher, Emma Jacobson, will stand in the 8th spot in this Jumbos lineup. Inside, gets past the catcher, Amante there, but so ball 1. But nobody's on, so all good.
Jacobson coming in 367 batting average, but even more impressive, 982 OPS. You want about to talk about someone who, if she makes contact, is going to do damage with it. Emma Jacobson is that person.
Yeah, definitely. Also leading the team with 7 walks on the year, so you know she has a good eye as she faces 2-0 from Baker here. Swings and pops it foul over the screen, so 2-1 now.
Yeah, and a good piece of play discipline there from Jacobson. Saw the pitch she liked, just couldn't quite get her hands around fast enough to keep that fair.
Here's the pitch. Swings, pops it again, foul back behind the screen. So just under those last 2 pitches, but she's on them timing-wise. It's now 2-2 the count.
See if Baker looks to throw something off the zone here, get Jacobson to chase.
She does, but Jacobson takes it the other way into right field for a single. So a good piece of hitting there by Jacobson to take the outside pitch into right field and get the first hitter on base of the inning, as now we see Kat Yusufpolsky up.
Yeah, Kat Yusufpolsky really just
Number 25,
a
Kat
perfect
Yusufpolsky.
estimation of how much just putting in the effort in the offseason can pay off. Last year was hitting in the 170s. This year hitting 323 and has really been a difference maker for this Jumbos team.
Ooh, she lines it hard down the third base line.
Yeah, she was headhunting with that swing.
Definitely. Almost took her coach's head off there, as Coach Epstein over there had to duck out of the way. So 0-1 the count with Jacobson standing on first base. She hits it through the hole on the left side, so the runners will move up, and now, runners on first and second as Yusufpolsky ran into the first basewoman there.
And 2 on, nobody out for Bella Jimenez. Looks like we're going to have a timeout. The first basewoman walks that one off.
It looked like, yeah, Yusufpolsky was rounding first, and Sakara Koda was in the way a little bit there. So,
Now
incidental
batting
contact
number 10,
between the two.
Bella Jimenez.
They will shake it off, and all good. So now Bella Jimenez up with nobody out and 2 runners on.
Jimenez lined out to the third basewoman first time out. Wow. Jacobson took a bit of a dive there on the way back to second. Gets back in safely, laughing that one off.
Second basewoman for the Cardinal also laughing a little bit at that one. No harm, no foul. As Jimenez lines that hard into the left center field gap, Jacobson will round third and come to the plate. Yusufpolsky rounding third as well and scoring, so the Jumbos take the lead 2-0 on a Bella Jimenez 2 RBI double. She stands on second and looks to her dugout with her arms in the air.
Yeah, a real great piece of hitting there from Jimenez. And that's what we've come to know from her. If she gets one in, she's going to do damage, and that left center field gap is where she loves to put it.
As Amante now calling time to talk to her pitcher. It looked like Jacobson there on second base may have given Jimenez a clue as to what pitch might have been coming, as she waved her arm standing on second base, and then Jimenez smacked that ball into the gap. So
yeah, I wonder if it's that, or I wonder if it's really the fact that the way this Wesleyan team has struggled hitting, you can't afford a big inning here. You have to really keep it to 2 if you want to stay in this game.
Yeah, still nobody out as the ball gets by Amante, so Jimenez will move up to third base, and now there's nobody out and a runner on third as Perucci looks at 1-0.
Yeah, now if you're Perucci, I think the mindset changes a little bit. Now, with runner on second, nobody out, you're really just looking to keep moving the runners over, get that run in. Now you're just kind of swinging, looking to get yourself on base, as she does there.
She lines it hard back up the middle. So her second hit of the day, her second single, Jimenez will come in to score. It's 3-1 Jumbos. Still nobody out in the frame.
Yeah, and this is the Jumbos offense we had come to know that has struggled a little bit in the last couple of days. They seem to be waking up right now.
As the Wesleyan coach will call time to talk to her pitcher, Baker, who hasn't been able to get an out in this frame, so looking to get back on track here.
We're going to take a short break, be right back with you.
Steinberg, the shortstop, will stand in now. Yet another threat in this Jumbos lineup. She grounded into a double play her last time up on a great play by the Cardinal shortstop, Molly Lennon. But now stands in with nobody out and Perucci standing on first base as Baker looks to get back on track.
It's interesting, Perucci as a base runner. She does that weird, go where she kind of takes 2 or 3 hard steps on the pitch as if she's going to steal and then slams on the brakes.
Yeah, kind of dancing off first base there. Sakura Koda looking to hold her on a little bit. Maybe drawing a throw from Amante, but Amante hasn't been looking down yet.
I mean, with Perucci's speed, you run the risk if you throw behind her of her just taking second base.
There's a strike on the inside part of the plate, so 2-1 now to Steinberg.
Yeah, it's been a pretty wide zone so far today.
Both pitchers working that inside part of the plate pretty well, keeping the hitters off balance. You have to have quick hands to be able to get to those pitches, and now Steinberg in a hitter's count, 3-1.
Yeah, good block there from Amante, preventing that from getting to the backstop, keeping Perucci at first base. But now it's up to Baker to throw a strike to prevent her from getting to second anyway.
And there's taken high and inside, so Steinberg will draw the walk, and now 2 runners are on for Rachel Moore.
And that's not what you want to do if you're Baker, because Rachel Moore is hot. She's gotten a hit in 11 straight games now, had a double in the second inning, and she could look to add to her already team-leading total in RBIs here.
Grounds it foul hard down the third base line. Almost hit Lineback in that on-deck circle, but
yeah, it's kind of like parking a car in the parking lot outside of Saul Gitterman Field. If you're in the batter's circle here at Spicer and Rachel Moore's on deck or up to bat, you got to watch out.
she does the same thing. Grounds it hard down the third base line. Lineback laughing it off over there in the on-deck circle. So now in a hole, 0-2. 2 runners on here, still nobody out.
Moore is a very good 2-strike hitter. Look to see if she goes the opposite way here.
She doesn't. She grounds it through the hole on the left side. Perucci will be held at third, so the Jumbos move base to base, and now the bases are loaded for the first basewoman, Haley Lineback.
Yeah, and 7 hits already on the day for the Jumbos in only 2 innings plus the start of this one. This has the potential to really quickly get out of hand for the Cardinals if they can't get out of this inning quickly.
Lineback takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate.
Baker has something there. If she can locate that pitch on the inside of the plate, the Jumbos have seemingly had trouble getting their hands around on that pitch.
Yeah, definitely. And when we've seen them connect, it's been ground balls to the left side as Lineback hits it hard down the line.
What a catch!
Catch in left field. Perucci will come in to score on that, but what a catch by Lizzie Marino out there in left field. Great diving play in foul territory. So a really good boost of energy for this Cardinals team if you're looking to get back on track.
Number 11, Nicole Russo.
Yeah, Russo has a chance for a little bit of redemption here. She had Rachel Moore on third base with only one out in the second. Couldn't do anything with it. Can she get some runners in here?
She takes the inside pitch and lines it hard down the third base line, a pattern we've been seeing.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Ariel. I think the Jumbos are picking up signs from second base because it seems as if they know when the fastball is coming in.
Yeah, as you see, the runner there on second base, Steinberg signaled to Russo, and Russo hit that hard foul down the third base line. Just a little bit early on that.
Yeah, if she straightens that one out, that's headed towards the flagpole.
0-2 now. Takes high, that off-speed pitch just misses high. Russo waiting on it, but also not swinging. So now 1-2.
Yeah, and that's the experience of a grad student like Nicole Russo, able to not chase that off-speed pitch.
Takes the outside pitch the other way. It will get, oh, and a spinning catch by Gately in right field. Steinberg will tag and go to third, so some great plays by these corner outfielders here in the third inning. It looked like Gately got a little bit turned around there, initially broke the wrong way, but then came back to make a diving play. And now there are 2 outs in first and third.
Yeah, I don't know what the coaching staff told them, but it looks as if the Wesleyan outfielders are trying to make it to SportsCenter's top 10 today.
Definitely, and if you're Kelly Baker,
The center fielder, number 2, Michelle Edelman.
you're thanking your outfielders for making some great plays to get you out of this inning possibly.
Not out of it yet. You still have to get Edelman out, and that's no easy task.
No, but you go from bases loaded and nobody out to now first and third with 2 outs and only 1 run came in. So
That was a really smart steal there from the Jumbos. They knew that, that Marino would not throw down. And because of that, they're saying, we'll send the runner because there's no consequence.
1-0. Edelman takes high, so 2-0. Now runners on second and third with the stolen base by Rachel Moore. So second and third, 2 outs and a 2-0 count. Swings and grounds that foul down the third base line. Again, taking that inside pitch, trying to get their hands around it, but not able to straighten it out. 2-1.
That time it was Emma Jacobson's turn to play a little bit of dodgeball in the batter's circle. Edelman set.
Takes the off-speed pitch high and inside, so 3-1, a hitter's count.
Yeah, I know she missed, but I really like that pitch from Baker. She had Edelman fooled, it looked like, and just missed the zone. If she can get that an inch lower, she can really get the Jumbos off balance.
As Edelman lines that into center field, and it will drop in front of Doctor, who will make the throw home. It will get over the head of Amante, which will allow Michelle Edelman to round second. Dela Cruz drops the ball at third, so Edelman will get into third safely. So seemingly a single, and then an E8 and U2.
I think that's an E8, E5, because I think,
Oh,
I feel like that's
probably
on
not
Dela
E2.
Cruz.
Yeah, dropping the ball down there at third base.
The Dela Cruz bailed out Edelman because she did a really good job base running to get to second, and then I don't know what she was thinking going for third. Jacobson now up with a chance to drive in another run.
And she will take that pitch the other way, and it will fall short of the warning track as Chrissy Gately will make the play to get out of the inning. But 6 runs for the Jumbos in the bottom of the third. They lead this one 6-1. So now DeCoco back after a little bit of a break for her, as that inning saw the Jumbos go through the order. But now she will face the shortstop in Molly Lennon.
Grounded out, first time up, to lineback.
The shortstop, number 20, Molly Lennon.
And DeCoco with a 5-run cushion here. She can really just attack hitters right now, which is what she does best.
Lennon takes that pitch for a strike on the inside part of the plate, 1-1.
Now DeCoco has loved that spot inside at the knees, and it doesn't seem like Wesleyan either is prepared or willing to swing at that pitch.
She grounds that to second base. Jimenez will make the play to her backhand side and fire over, so a good defensive play there by Bella Jimenez to get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's real just good determination there from Jimenez. It's very easy as an infielder when you bobble that ball to get frustrated, get flustered, but she stayed with it,
Now batting for Wesleyan,
set her
number
feet,
15,
and threw an
Isabella
absolute bullet to lineback to get the out.
Cota.
Sakara Kota now stands in.
She had that single into center field the first time up, brought in the only Cardinals run in the first. And DeCoco looking to get her 9th consecutive out here.
Grounds that down the third base line. Rachel Moore will field and fire over to first in time to get Sakara Kota. So a little bit of a giggle there from Rachel Moore as she fielded that between her legs, but able to make the play. So now there are 2 outs.
Yeah, I don't think she's the only one giggling, as you could definitely see some chuckles from both Sofia DeCoco and Bella Jimenez as the team huddled up after that out. 2 down here in the 4th.
Palmer lines that over the glove of lineback into right field. Perucci will try to make the throw to first base to get Palmer, but it just gets under the glove of lineback. I'm not sure it would have been in time anyway, but a good attempt there by Caitlin Perucci in right field.
Yeah, real good piece there from Palmer. And
Now batting for Wesleyan,
really
number
good,
8,
really alert play.
Dominique
Not something you
Buckley.
expect from your freshman right fielder to be alert to that and get that throw in. Linebacker was waiting for it, just couldn't quite connect. Would have been close to see if they had gotten it in time.
As Dela Cruz grounds back to DeCoco, who underhands over to first base. So no harm done by the single by Palmer. And the Jumbos will go to the bottom of the 4th with a 5-run lead.
Welcome back here to Spicer. Revy Brown into pitch for the Cardinals. They come in with a 5.48 ERA, and they'll have to face Kat Yosipolsky and then the top of the Jumbos lineup here in the 4th.
Yeah, Yusupolsky singled her first time up. Brown fires the first pitch in there, just misses on the inside corner. Looked like Brown didn't quite know what the call was there. Ump didn't make a signal, so 1-0. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Brown nods knowing that that one was a strike, so 1-1 now.
And I'll tell you what, if I was a player, especially if I was a pitcher, an ump like this would bother me because I want to know if it's a strike or a ball. I want to know what I missed.
Yusuf Polsky grounds over to Lennon at short. She fires over in time to get Yusuf Polsky for the out, so 1 out in the bottom of the 4th for the Cardinal.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're down 6-1, but Molly Lennon has really impressed me. Not just, I mean, I knew she was a good hitter coming in, hitting 368, but she's been really, really good defensively with a nice play there and that ridiculous kind of do-it-yourself double play in the 2nd.
Top of the Jumbo's order now. 1-0. Jimenez looks to get her hands around that pitch on the inside part of the plate. Grounds it foul down the third base line, 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, Bella Jimenez already with a double today. Almost had another hit on her first at-bat, lined it sharply to third baseman.
Grounds that one again, foul down the third base line. Jumbo's hitters have to be alert in that on-deck circle today.
Yeah, I think my only piece of advice to Coach Lauren Epstein on today would be maybe find a new place to locate that batter circle because someone's going to get hit pretty soon.
Or just wear a helmet down in the third base coach box over there.
Well, that too.
Again, grounds it foul down the third base line. Just not quite able to get under that ball enough to get it into the air. But Jimenez doing a good job staying alive, facing all these pitches from Brown as they work the inside of that plate. Jimenez takes outside, so 2-2. Looked like that was a little bit of a throwaway pitch from Brown there.
Yeah, but you're not going to fool Jimenez with that. She is too good, too patient of a hitter to fall for something like that.
She grounds that one. This time it's fair and will make it to first base in time. It looked like De La Cruz and Lennon got a little bit crossed up. The throw to the pitcher will get away, so Jimenez will move up to second base there. An unforced error by the third basewoman in De La Cruz. And Jimenez will make it to second base. So now a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Caitlin Perucci.
Yeah, and Caitlin Perucci is coming up here, and obviously already a very good day. 2 hits and an RBI. Looking to add to it, see if she can drive home Jimenez. And that'll be a third hit of the day.
She grounds that up the middle. Jimenez coming around to score. So a good piece of hitting there by Caitlin Perucci. That ball almost hit Revy Brown in the circle there, but they were able to get out of the way, luckily, as that ball was hit really hard up the middle.
Yeah, and I wonder about the decision made by Scaricata to cut that ball off, because it looked, at least from our vantage point, as if that thing was on line for the plate and might have had a chance to get Jimenez.
Yeah, definitely. I think the only thing that did with Scaricata is prevented Perucci from getting to second, so that's the only advantage to cutting that ball off. But otherwise, it was a good throw by the center fielder, Doctor.
The shortstop, number 4, Josie Steinberg.
Now Josie Steinberg stands in for her third trip to the plate.
Steinberg yet to get a hit today. Grounded out and walked her first 2 times up.
Grounds to the shortstop, and it gets over the glove of Lennon there. Looked like she might have been thinking about the double play a little bit too early there, as it wasn't too difficult of a ground ball. So
we'll see how they score that one.
Not sure, no signal yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the score. And it is going to be an error on Lennon. A tough one there on her, as that was a really weird hop.
Batting for the Jumbos, number 20, Rachel Moore.
Yeah, it seemed to hop up on her at the last second. And then you're already thinking about the double play, and it's hard.
Well, especially if you're Lennon, who's already gotten Steinberg on a double play in the first inning. You know you can do it, but you know you have to do it quickly because Josie Steinberg can fly down that first baseline.
The 1-0 to Rachel Moore. Takes on the outside part of the plate, so 1-1. One and one with one out and runners on first and second. As Moore will ground that just foul. Looked like it might have came off her own foot. So 1-2. Brown has been doing a good job producing not too much hard contact in the air. We've seen a lot of ground balls from this Jumbo's lineup in the fourth inning. So if the Cardinals are able to fix up some holes defensively, Brown will be looking at a good outing here.
Absolutely.
Again, grounded down the third base line, foul. So 2-2 the count on Rachel Moore.
And I don't think I've seen a day like this, like really ever, where I don't think I can remember a single pitch in which the Jumbos have been late on today.
That's true. They've been ahead of everything, and you've seen most, if not all, of the foul balls going down the third base line. As Moore grounded to Lennon, who tosses over to second, but with the speed of Josie Steinberg, she gets in there safely. It looked like Alexis Campbell was able to get over there in time, but the flip did not beat Steinberg, who was hustling from first base. So now the bases are loaded for Lineback.
Yeah, and that's just really unfortunate. Lennon making the right play there. You wonder, with the benefit of hindsight, would she have gone to first trying to get Rachel Moore? But it's too late now. Rachel Moore with another hit, and the Jumbos have the bases loaded for the Lineback. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. Lineback steps in against Brown.
Bases loaded. Again, Steinberg signaling down at second base to Lineback in the batter's box. It looks like the Cardinals are using the catcher to signal the pitches, and that's why the runners on second base are seemingly able to give the hitters the pitches, and Lineback will ground that hard up the middle. Two runners will come around to score. The throw will get by the catcher, Amante. Both runners will move up to second and third. So that is a 2 RBI single by the first basewoman, Haley Lineback there. And the Jumbos lead this one 9-1.
Yeah, and that 2 is very important as opposed to the 1, as we're still waiting for them to fix the scoreboard there. There we go. As now the Jumbos are in a mercy position with a chance, assuming that they could get a scoreless top of the fifth, to end this 1-5 and save some of the arms for not just the second game today.
Nicole Russo grounds over to Dela Cruz. It'll bring the run home as Rachel Moore comes home. So an RBI ground out for Nicole Russo, an effective piece of hitting there. Lineback moves up to third, and now you've got 2 outs, runner on third, and Michelle Edelman at the plate.
But not only do you have to save your arms for the second half today, you got a doubleheader in Hartford tomorrow against Trinity. And, I mean, you have Emily Doty for one of those games, but someone who pitches today is likely going to have to pitch tomorrow. So you want to save those arms as much as you can.
Yeah, definitely. The Jumbos using 3 pitchers the most. They have had 5 people pitch on the year, but really only 3 have had significant innings. So if this one can end quickly, it'll be good for the Jumbos. Edelman checks her swing on that. Takes it low, 2-0. Takes inside. Good block there by Monte behind the plate to keep that from getting to the backstop and keeping Lineback at third.
Yeah, Monte's been really, really solid behind the plate. Has prevented a couple of wild pitches for her pitchers today.
3-0. Squares to bunt and takes it inside, so she will draw the walk. And there looks to be a pinch hitter for the Jumbos in Lacey Chilek, as she will hit for Jacobson.
Yeah, Chilek coming in 308 in her 10 games played. Only 13 at-bats on the season, but she does have 4 hits and 1 RBI so far. A chance to add to that with 2 runners on base here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Yeah, and definitely another choice by Epstein to maybe save Emma Jacobson some hitting time, as, I mean, both catchers on this roster are going to be taxed after these 2 days, but especially if Jacobson is going to catch the next game or even any of the games tomorrow, which she definitely will, you want to save their legs a little bit. So Chilek will get the pinch hit opportunity here with runners on first and third and 2 outs.
I don't even know if it's that as much as, do you really want your catcher running when you don't have to have her run? Good curve there from Brown.
Yeah, doing a good job still working the inside part of the plate. 0-1 to Chilek. Takes high and outside, so 1-1.
I'm kind of surprised that Lauren Epstein hasn't sent Edelman yet. She's their leading base stealer with 13 on the year, second in the NESCAC, and Wesleyan is in no position to defend a steal attempt on second base.
And there she goes. She takes off. The throw will go down to third to hold Lineback there. So Amante definitely not even thinking about throwing down to second, knowing that Lineback would probably break for home if that happened. So holding Lineback close, but didn't really have a chance at her diving back into third base. So now second and third for Chilek. She will take a strike on the outside corner. Now it's 2-2 the count. Swings, grounds it again. There it is, the characteristic foul ball down the third baseline. So in this right-handed heavy Jumbos lineup, we've seen a lot of ground balls on that left side. Some of them have been fair and gotten through the hole between short and third. Here's the 2-2.
Ooh, Brown wanted it.
Good take by Chilek there to not swing at that. So now the count is full. Good at bat here. She will take outside again. Very similar pitch. Brown looked like they wanted it again, so Chilek will draw the walk. And looks like we might have another change here. Yep, we do. Another pinch hitter for the Jumbos. Lucy Brucker coming in to hit for Yusuf Polsky.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Jumbos, number 21, Lucy Brucker.
Takes a pitch low and inside for ball 1. Lucy Brucker hitting .278 on the year. Appeared in 11, started 7. There's a strike by Brown, so 1-1 the count. She does have a home run on the year. Taking outside 2-1.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is give Lucy Brucker a hitter's count, because if you have to throw one in, it'd be very easy for her to turn on one, clear the bases.
And she lines that back up the middle. Lennon will field it and step on second base, so the Cardinal will get out of the inning. A good job by Lennon to cut that ball off before it got into center field.
Yeah, that almost looked like a cue shot coming off the bat, but a real nice play by Lennon to prevent it from getting to center field. We'll be back with the top of the fifth, see if DeCoco can close it out.
To the Jumbos in the bottom.
Welcome back here to Spicer. Before we get to the top of the fifth, we got some news for you, Jumbo Country. Women's Lax has clinched a home playoff game in the first round of the NESCAC tournament, and Emma Joyce goal with a 1/10 of a second to go in Hamilton has clinched it, which means that on JumboCast next weekend, we will see a doubleheader. The women will be playing at noon, the guys at 3. But not only that, you can catch JumboCast baseball on Tuesday against Eastern Nazarene, and then women's lacrosse will finish their regular season home game on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock on Bello. Now, back to the top of the fifth.
As DeCoco is going to look to close out this game with a 9-run cushion here, as Revy Brown, the new pitcher, is going to stand in for their first at-bat of the game. There's a good pitch by DeCoco. Burned one in there on the outside corner. Her fastball's got some serious movement.
Brown, a 233 hitter on the year, so a big improvement from Baker.
Grounds that out to short. Steinberg will make the throw over, not in time to get Brown, who is hustling down the line. It looked like Steinberg knocked that one down, but it just bounced away from her a little bit, so she had to take a couple extra steps to pick it up. Not able, her arm not quite able to beat out the speed of Brown this time. So a runner on first with nobody out.
Turns out Josie Steinberg is human after all. It just takes an absolute horse in Brown to beat her.
There's Jimenez. Flips to short. Steinberg will fire over, but Gately's able to hustle down the line. We've seen her speed out in right field, and there's her speed on the base paths. As now Gately will replace Brown at first base. Now there's one out, and Marino up at bat.
The left fielder, number 9, Lizzie Marino.
I really like that pitch from DeCoco on the outside, tailing away from the hitter. Not much she could do with that, even if she made contact.
Marino grounds down the third base line. Moore will fire across. The runner in Gately will move up to second base. So now there are 2 outs, runner on second. A good play by Rachel Moore to fire across the diamond with a strong arm. Fielded it cleanly.
Yeah, a real nice play by Rachel Moore. And one thing I noticed there, Perucci, as soon as she caught that ball, she was looking towards second base, looking to see if Gately had even taken a step or two past the bag to try and end it, catching the Cardinals napping on the base paths.
Yeah, definitely heads-up defense over there by Lineback. Top of the order in Doctor. She takes outside, ball 1.
She's grounded out twice on the day, once to DeCoco and then once to Josie Steinberg.
She grounds it through the middle into center field. Edelman will field and fire to the plate. It will get by Jacobson at the plate, but it didn't look like Gately was even thinking about making the turn at any point. But it does mean the Doctor will move up to second base on the throw. So now runners on second and third with 2 outs for Alexis Campbell.
Yeah, a real good piece of hitting there from Doctor, and I think that's a testament to the amount of respect NESCAC teams have for Michelle Edelman's arm, that they weren't even thinking about sending her.
There's a strike on the outside corner by DeCoco.
Yeah, real nice pitch there. Not giving Campbell anything to really hit. That one
Outside, Jacobson got away a little bit there. She's able to pop up quickly. DeCoco covering home plate. So no harm, no foul.
That's really situational awareness from the Wesleyan team, is that they know that Gately on third base is for all intents and purposes, a meaningless run. The run that actually would matter is Marino on second base because she would get rid of the mercy, bring it back to 7. So you can't risk that out at home plate if it won't give you any benefit.
And definitely at any point in any game, you do not want to make the last out of the inning at home plate attempting to steal home.
Well, it's the old adage, you never make the first or third out of an inning on the base paths.
That's true.
Especially when it can mean the end of your day.
1-1 taken outside, so 2-1. Jumbos had a little bit of a huddle there, probably just to give Jacobson a bit of respite as she hustled over to get that ball on the last pitch. So 2-1 to Campbell. Swings, grounds it down the third base line. Early on that pitch, 2-2 now, as DeCoco will look to end this one in 5 innings.
Yeah, and knowing Sophia DeCoco and her mentality, I think she's going to want to put this one away emphatically. So I'm looking for a pitch tailing away off the zone for a strikeout.
There it is. Just misses on the outside part of the plate. She wanted that.
And she gets
She
it!
does go on the swing. And DeCoco will get the swinging strikeout to end this one in 5 innings by a score of 10-1. So a dominant win for this Tufts Jumbos team as they take game 1 of the doubleheader. We will be back at 3 p.m. for the second leg of this one.
Stay tuned.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Tufts University. The Jumbos are taking the field for the second half of this doubleheader against the Wesleyan Cardinals, fresh off a dominant 10-1 win in the opening game. Sky Johnson takes the mound here for this one, and let's take a little look at this Jumbos star pitcher. A 1.7 ERA on the year, 7-0 so far, having started 9 of her 12 games. Johnson, really phenomenal pitcher, a lot of velocity, and when you have her as your third in your rotation, you know you got something great going on, and that's really the word best used to describe the way this Jumbo's NESCAC season has started. 11-0 on the season so far, 2 wins away from clinching home field advantage for the NESCAC tournament, which means they could do it as soon as tomorrow afternoon at Trinity. But first, they got this one here, the second half against the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, with a very similar lineup to the first game, a couple changes as it will be Darlene De La Cruz and Brooklyn Williams who will start this one for the Cardinals. And the Jumbos also making 2 changes behind the plate. Slayton in to start. That is Carrion Slayton, the sophomore. And Lindsey Newman will start this one in right field. Johnson gets set here against Doctor.
For Wesleyan on catching today is number 4 and a Doctor.
Doctor is catching this one. Played in the outfield in center in the first game. Johnson's first pitch is a little bit low for ball 1. The 1-0. Just a little high, ball 2. Johnson not really known for getting behind hitters here. 49 innings pitched so far this year, only 5 walks on the season. So a very, very accurate pitcher. Something that's true of most of this Jumbo's rotation, but especially Johnson, as that one is in there for strike 1, her first of the day. 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Great little off-speed pitch there from Johnson. Looked as if she had the batter fooled. The 2-2. Johnson sets. Delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. She got Dr. Chasen for the first out. Into bat here is Alexis Campbell.
Center fielder number 7, Alexis Campbell.
In the first game today, Campbell went 1-for-3 with a single in the first inning, struck out by DeCoco to end that game. That one is just low from Johnson. Good job framing that one there from Slayton. Johnson's 1-0. Foul back for strike 1. Ooh, nice off-speed pitch, just missed there. First time we've really seen that one from Johnson. Going through her repertoire a little early in this one. Trying to keep this Cardinals lineup off balance where they've really been for the last couple of weeks since NESCAC play started. That one fouled back, 2-2 now. Smile there from Alexis Campbell. She seems like she might have picked up something on Johnson's read. We'll see if she has or if she's just smiling at getting to play such a beautiful game on such a beautiful day. The 2-2, foul back. Seems like she's timing up Johnson well now. Sky Johnson set with the 2-2. Ooh, a great off-speed pitch. That one dipped, but a really nice job from Alexis Campbell to prevent herself from reaching at that one. Draws the count full. The payoff pitch is lined up and caught by Jimenez for out number 2. And 2 down here for the Cardinals. 3-hitter in Molly Lennon. Molly Lennon had a phenomenal first game. Did not get a hit, but in terms of her defense, unbelievable. 2 just amazing plays. 1 to her backhand, 1 to her front side, including that ridiculous do-it-yourself jump throw double play in the bottom of the first to retire Josie Steinberg. Takes that one outside for ball 1. Fastball in there, strike 1. Great spot there from Johnson on the outside corner, where even if Lennon gets her bat to it, not much damage she can do. Gets the play sign from Coach Epstein, the 1-1. Great pitch in there for strike 2. Johnson's feeling it now. The 1-2. On the outside corner, just missed. You could tell Johnson wanted it. Josie Steinberg was halfway back to the dugout. The Jumbos liked that pitch a lot. The 2-2. Grounded foul. Good piece there from Lennon. Got past Rachel Moore, but couldn't get that second bounce inside the chalk. And we'll do it over again. The 2-2. Strike three on the outside corner. And 1, 2, 3, they go. Sky Johnson sets down the Cardinals in order. We go to the bottom of the first, 0-0.
For Wesleyan.
Welcome back here. Obviously, Jumbo's a great team, but one thing that really sets this Tufts program apart is their relationship with their community. Today is Community Day, and it's lovely to see all sorts of young softball players from the area in the stands cheering on the Jumbos, waiting for the opportunity to get to meet their favorite players, maybe get a picture with Michelle Edelman, run the bases with Josie Steinberg, just do all sorts of fun things, and really a great way for this Jumbos team to give back to the community as Jimenez gets set to step in here. And she's just looking to add to her already ridiculous junior season. She came into today hitting .474 and only went 2 for 3 in the first game. With a good game here today, she's a chance to climb to nearly, if not over 500 on the season, an almost unfathomable number. And as some of my fellow commentators, Jordan Burke among them, have put it, Bella Jimenez is someone that you just can't drop from this lineup because of the way she serves as such an important leadoff hitter. Because when you have a leadoff hitter whose OBP is over 500, it basically guarantees you're going to get runners on for Steinberg, for Perucci, for Rachel Moore, for Haley Lineback. And when that happens, good things happen. As Jimenez takes ball one outside there from Sakara Kota. That one is on the outside corner for strike one. Jimenez calls time. Sakara Kota set. Just a little high for ball two. The 2-1 is swung on, hit well towards center field. That one's going back, and it is caught there by Alexis Campbell. A nice piece there from Jimenez. Hit that one about 200. Unfortunately, she hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark where Alexis Campbell could track it down. Out number one.
The DP number 17, Caitlin Perucci.
Caitlin Perucci steps in. She's DPing today. Played in right field in the first game. Now Lindsay Newman's out there. She's going to DP this one. But you just can't take her bat out of the lineup the way she's hitting. As she hits that one too short. Long throw is in time. A nice play there by Lemon. 2 down. Perucci had a nice swing on that one. Hit it pretty well, but a nice play by Molly Lennon going to her backhand, firing onto first, and a nice stretch there by Kat Palmer. That'll bring up Josie Steinberg, who lines that one into center field for a hit. That one will get down. Great play to cut that off by Campbell and hold Steinberg to a single, but a rocket of a hit for Josie Steinberg.
Now Now batting for the Jumbos, number 20, Rachel Moore.
Rachel Moore steps in, sporting an 11-game hit streak on the season. She only had 3 hits in her 3 at-bats in the first game, so, you know, just a normal day for Rachel Moore. A double, 2 singles, a couple RBIs. She is just on an absolute tear this year, hitting .444. That one is chopped just fouled on the third baseline. And for those of you listening at home, as we get set for this pitch here, the 1-1 coming. And that one is grounded to Lennon, who will fire onto first for the out. Before we go to break, we'd love to know, put in the comments, which Jumbo do you think should be the favorite to win the NESCAC Player of the Year?
In the bottom of the first, no runs, 1 hit.
Welcome back here to Spicer, top of the second. Scoreless here. Sakara Cruz stepping in for, or Sakara Cota, excuse me, stepping in for the Cardinals, trying to provide herself a little bit of run support after getting through that first inning cleanly without giving up a hit.
For Wesleyan is the pitcher,
And Sakara Cota now obviously comes in here. Pretty good hitter on the year, as she is hitting .306, second on the team. Johnson's first pitch is just low for ball 1. That one is swung on and missed. And apparently the umpire called that first one a strike. I missed that. My apologies. It is now 0-2. Johnson looking for the put-out pitch. Oh, no, they're fixing it. It is 1-1. The 1-1. That, did she go? No. 2-1. Good job by Sakara Cota to hold up there. Johnson gets the sign. The 2-1. That one skied. Center field coming on to that one and catching it for the first out there is Michelle Edelman. One down here in the top of the second. We'll bring up Kat Palmer, the first baseman for the Cardinals. She's hitting .250 on the year with a .554 OPS. And not really a big extra base hitter, only 1 on the year, but does have 9 RBIs, 5th on the team. But the only way she's going to get one here is if she's able to take one deep off of Johnson. No one on base for her. Johnson working quickly here. A lot of confidence early on. Her 0-1 is fouled back. She's quickly ahead 0-2. And now the Cardinals' first basewoman will have to look to defend against Johnson, who has really excelled at that put-out pitch this year. The 0-2. Good location from Johnson just off the plate, and a real nice job by Palmer not to chase. Sky Johnson's 1-2 is fouled over the screen and into the construction site. I don't think they're getting that softball back. Crowd really filling up here at Spicer. Johnson looking to get them to make some noise here with a punch out. The 1-2 is flared out of play into the bleachers. And we'll do that over again. Real good at bat here from Palmer, especially when you're facing a pitcher who's as good as Johnson is, with a ridiculous number of Ks on the year. It's really hard to not fall into the trap of just swinging, but she's doing a good job being patient, and then gets rung up on a perfect dot of an inside pitch from Sky Johnson. And if you're the Jumbos, that's what you love to see. Sky Johnson gets her 48th punch out on the year, averaging almost 1 an inning right now. That one is fouled up and into the screen. Good hustle there from Slayton, but she just couldn't win the race to the netting. As De La Cruz will look to get the Cardinals a base runner here. The 0-1. Off speed outside. You can just tell the amount of confidence Sky Johnson is playing with right now, because even on pitches that miss, there is just a smile about her, just a swagger with which she is walking back, grabbing some dirt, putting it on the ball, and getting set for the next pitch. The 1-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Great pitch there. I had about 1.5 feet lateral movement and no chance for De La Cruz to catch that one. And now Johnson looking to get out of the second unscathed. 1 pitch away. The 1-2 to De La Cruz. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Johnson retires the side in order for the second inning in a row. Johnson's 3rd K of the day. Jumbo's coming up to bat. Welcome back here to Spicer. Haley Lineback stepping in to bat for the Jumbos, as they will be facing off against Sakara Kota for her second inning. And definitely a little bit of an adjustment for the Jumbos, facing off against her after facing Baker in the first game. Sakara Kota has about another 10 miles an hour on her fastball. So in that first game where the Jumbos were ahead of everything, they kind of could slow down their swings, wait a little bit longer. Now they got to speed it up, make sure they're not behind as Sakara Kota gets set to the Jumbos' first-year first basewoman, who swings and misses at that one. In the first game, Lineback went 1 for 3 with 2 sacrifice flies and a 2-run signal, which ended up putting the Jumbos over the mercy rule. That one is ripped foul off the shins of, I believe that is Russo. No, it is Michelle Edelman, as the Jumbos have changed the order a little bit up here. But Edelman all good. The 0-2 now. Sakara Kota outside. And a good job of lineback being patient, not chasing. Sakara Kota's 1-2. Fastball just inside and low. It's a deceptive pitch, as it seems like it's going to drop, and then it rises at the last second and almost clip the knees for strike 3. A 2-2, good movement, just couldn't locate it. The count is full. A good at bat here from the Jumbos first basewoman, pushing it to a full count after going down 0-2. Payoff pitch. Outside ball 4. Haley Lineback works a walk. And that'll bring up Michelle Edelman. In the first game, Edelman was 1 for 2 with an RBI.
The center fielder number 2, Michelle Edelman.
Trying to snap out of a little bit of a cold spell, as she is 2 for 12 in her last 4 games. Very uncharacteristic for one of the Jumbo's best hitters, who is 386 on the year. Led the team in average a year ago. Is 4th currently. The 1-0 is flared down the right field line. That one is going to drop foul, as Edelman just couldn't quite keep that one in play. If that had dropped fair, it would have been trouble for the Cardinals. But that's really the difference between Sakara Kota and Baker, who we saw earlier. Sakara Kota's fastball a little bit faster, and the Jumbos just a little bit behind. As Edelman fouls that one back. She's down 1-2 now. If you're Edelman, you got to be alert to that fastball, but at the same time, you got to know that Sakara Kota loves that off-speed pitch when she's ahead on hitters. So you got to be watching for it, because if you get it and you time it, you can do damage with it. There it is, and she times it and gets it into right field. That one's down. You're going to roll to the track. Lineback's going to be sent around. She's going to score. Edelman's coming behind her. Edelman falls down. Throw to the plate. Edelman is safe and inside the park. Home run for Michelle Edelman. And the Jumbos take a 2-0 lead. What a play from Michelle Edelman. And Wesleyan gonna take a little bit of a timeout, try and catch their breath, make sure their right fielder is okay. And you want to talk about getting out of a slump, that's the way to do it. Michelle Edelman sends that one into the gap and gets all the way around the bases, as she tripped. If she hadn't tripped, she might have beaten Haley Lineback to the plate. And just like that, Jumbo's up 2-0. Cardinals look set to get back going here. Sakara Kota, she's got to reset immediately, because you can't afford to dwell on moments like that when you have the heart of this Jumbo's lineup still, as Lindsey Newman, a 314 hitter, steps up for her first at-bat on the day. Takes that one just a little low, 4-1. The 1-0. Just a little high, ball 2. Jumbo the Elephant playing along with some of the members of the women's basketball team. The crowd is really filling up here everyone out to enjoy a beautiful game with this high-flying Jumbos team. As that one swung on and missed by Lindsey Newman for strike number 1. Newman set. Sakura Kota delivers. That one is just outside for ball 3. And Coach Epstein's got to be happy with the way her hitters are being really patient in this second game. Not chasing anything, even if it's close to the zone, that they are not willing to hit and do damage with. That one swung on, grounded softly to third. Throw is not in time. Lindsey Newman with an infield hit. A good play there by Darlene De La Cruz to get it fire, but Lindsey Newman just a little too fast to get that play on a ball hit that softly. And up steps Carrie-Ann Slayton,
The catcher, number 22,
the sophomore
Carrie-Ann
catcher
Slayton.
who platoons with Emma Jacobson. Gets the second game of this doubleheader. She's hitting 273 on the year. Still looking for the first home run on the year. That one inside for strike 1. The 0-1 is grounded up the middle and through. That'll get into center field. Newman will stop at second. Jumbos have 2 on with nobody out. And a real nice piece of hitting there from Slayton. Didn't try and do too much with it. A lot of hitters with a ball middle in will try and pull it. She recognized that pitch was a little low. She couldn't pull it, but she could slap it right back up the middle. And that brings up Yasif Polsky with 2 on, nobody out. The first pitch inside. Yasipolsky gets out of the way. Sakura Kota gets set. Delivers her 1-0 to Yusuf Polsky. That one is low and inside for ball 2. In the first game, Yusuf Polsky went 1-for-2 with a single grounded out to short in her other at-bat. Takes that one at the shoulders for a strike. The 2-1. Way outside. Throw down to second. I don't know what the play was. Looked as if the catcher thought there was a set play on, but neither middle infielder was covering second base. And the Cardinals were lucky that went right to Alexis Campbell in center field, preventing Lindsey Newman from ending up on third base. The 3-1. Swung fouled down the third base line. Count is full. The 3-2. That one is flared into center field, but caught by Lennon for the first out. 1 down. That'll bring us back to the top of the Jumbos order and back to Bella Jimenez.
Now batting for the Jumbos, number 10, Bella Jimenez.
In the first, Jimenez flew out to the center fielder, Alexis Campbell. Looking to get another hit. Had 2 in the first game. That one inside. Just missed the foot of Jimenez. That'll be ball 1. And you can sense, as the crowd does, that the Jumbos have a chance to break this game open right now. That one is inside for ball 2. And now Jimenez sitting in a hitter's count. Not a place you want to put her if you are a pitcher. We apologize, folks, for the interruptions of the camera. A lot of fans here, which we'd love to see. That one lined into right field. That'll get down Hard hit, and they're going to hold Newman. I think you just probably saw the Jumbo walk through there. He's excited, as are we, as Palucci comes up with the bases loaded, 1 out. And I'll tell you what,
With DP number 17.
this would be a really nice time for a first career Grand Slam for Caitlin Parucci. First pitch swinging, hard hit. Throw is to home for 1. They will not throw to first, but a nice 5-3 force out done by De La Cruz. And the catcher there, nicely played. 2 down. And a good job, good choice there by Hannah Doctor not to try and force the throw to Kat Palmer at first. Instead, just take the 1 and let Sakara Kota try and get Josie Steinberg out. That one just outside for ball 1. Steinberg settling in now. Sakara Kota ready. Off-speed pitch, too high, ball 2. And you really can't afford to play around here. As much as you don't want to give Josie Steinberg a pitch to hit, you really don't want to get Rachel Moore up. That one is ball 3. Oh, a strike called late. 2-1 now. Good location on that one from Sakara Kota. The 2-1 is on the outside corner for strike 2. And now Steinberg's got to defend. But Josie Steinberg, a really good 2-strike hitter. It fits her mentality, just trying to make solid contact somewhere. The 2-2 is fouled off her foot. We'll do it again. The 2-2. Foul out of play. That one is flared. 3 defenders converging on it, but it's just going to spin out of play. And once again, Steinberg making Sakara Kota work. The fourth 2-2 of this at-bat. Outside, full count. That means the Jumbos will be running on the pitch. A hit here will score at least 2. And with Parucci on first base, who can fly, anything that's not hit right at an outfielder would likely score 3. That one is lined into the gap. That'll get down. That'll clear the bases as Steinberg's going to turn it head for third. A bases clearing triple for Josie Steinberg. And the Jumbos lead 5-0.
Now batting for the Jumbos, number 20, Rachel Moore.
Rachel Moore steps up. She struck out first time up. Was 3 for 3 in the first game today, looking to add to her 11-game hit streak. Takes that one in there, or just a little low. Looked like a strike. Says just off the plate. That one she turns on. That has distance. That is back, and that is caught. A long fly out to left field. And at the end of 2, the Jumbos lead 5-0.
5 runs, 5 hits.
Welcome back here to Spicer Field. Jumbo's up 5-0. Sky Johnson's been absolutely dealing. As up to bat here for the Cardinals is Gately. That one is swung on and missed. Fooled by that off-speed pitch. Gately comes in today hitting .215 on the air. Does only have 1 extra base hit, only 6 RBIs. Johnson already with 4 Ks, looking to get a 5th here, as that one curves in for strike 2. That had a lot of spin and a lot of movement on it. I don't think I've seen that one before from Sky Johnson. Looking for K number 5 here. Johnson's 0-2. A little bit high. Back out of the way. That one was Gately. Johnson set. The 1-2. Curves outside corner. Just missed. A really nice frame job there by the Jumbo's catcher. The 2-2. Swung on, grounded to Jimenez. She will fire on a first. 1 down. And now up to bat for the Cardinals will be their senior DP, Brooklyn Williams. Enters this one. As the Cardinals really like their platoon lefty-righty matchups, brought a bunch more lefties into this game compared to the first one, as they're no longer facing the lefty in DeCoco, now facing the righty in Johnson. But Johnson's dealing, and I don't think it matters if you're hitting with a righty or a lefty. The way Sky Johnson's pitching, you're going to struggle to get any sort of contact on the ball. That one just a little low. Nice block there from Slayton. The 1-1. Curves just off the plate, as definitely looks as if Johnson's trying to get that pitch started outside, bring it back across. The 2-1 to Williams. Swung on, fouled down the first base line. 2-2. Williams is 7th on the team in hitting a 240 on the air. Does have 9 RBIs, so when she makes contact, she's able to do good things with it. The 2-2. That one fouled off the screen. And we'll do that over again. Two, just outside, ball 3. Good at bat here from Williams. Johnson's payoff pitch is fouled back. Man, that thing looks like it's going to hit me. Every day, I am thankful for these giant screens. Yeah, they do make it harder to see through the camera, but, you know, they protect everyone back here. Johnson looking to get this out here. The full pitch is just low. Johnson is grinning. The Jumbo's crowd is actively questioning the umpire's call. The umpire still seems like she's unsure of her own call, but runner on first, and the perfecto is gone for Sky Johnson. This will bring up Revy Brown. Revy Brown comes into the game hitting .233. She pinch hit in that first game for the Cardinals. And they only had one at-bat, reaching on an error by Josie Steinberg. That ball was hit really, really hard. They can't connect with that one, as great riser there from Sky Johnson. The 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Interesting thing to note about Revy Brown, they are definitely hitting up in the box as if they're looking to get something early and get their hands around. Runner goes, that one fouled off, and we'll do the 1-2 over again. Johnson's 1-2. Runner did not go. Went about 6 steps, then slammed on the brakes. That one too high. And a nice job of Brown just not chasing that pitch, as that one looked inviting, but just kept rising. Johnson's 2-2. That one is in there. Strike 3. A great pitch working back across the inside of the plate for strike 3. And Johnson gets her 5th K of the day. That'll bring us to the top of the Wesleyan order, and Hannah Doctor, who struck out first time up. That one just misses the outside corner for ball 1. Johnson definitely a little more methodical in this inning. Trying some things out for sure. The 1-0 is low. Good block there by Slayton. 2-0 now. The 2-0. Swung on and missed strike one. Real nice pitch there from Johnson. A lot of lateral movement, and Doctor was fooled by it. Oh, what a pitch! Doctor was backing out of the box thinking it was about to hit her, and that off-speed pitch just turned, made a nice little U-turn, and landed right in the strike zone. 2-2. Johnson looking to end this inning. The 2-2. Foul out of play. Johnson set. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. She fools her with the off-speed pitch. Johnson gets her 6th K. Cardinals leave a runner on base. And we go to the bottom of the third. Jumbo's leading 5-zip. Welcome back here to Spicer. Before we start the bottom of the third, some news from around Jumbo Sports. Men's lacrosse took care of Hamilton 16-10, clinching home field advantage for the entirety of the NESCAC tournament. And in other news, out of Hartford, Tufts baseball came back from down 5-0 to win 7-5, clinching them a home game in the NESCAC tournament for the first time since 2019. And now stepping in for her second at-bat here is Haley Lineback. She walks first time up, part of that rally in the second that got the Jumbos the 5 they currently have. She scored on Michelle Edelman's inside the Parker. Almost got run down by Edelman on that play.
Off the Jumbo third is number 8, Haley Lineback.
In the first game today, Lineback was 1 for 3 with an RBI. That pitch from Sakarakoto is a little bit high for ball one. The 1-0, high ball two. That's definitely something that opposing pitchers have to know in the scouting report about Haley Lineback, is that even though she's a true freshman, she is a very patient hitter. Swings at that one, lines it into left field for a base hit. Great piece for Lineback, and the Jumbo's first basewoman just keeps rolling at the plate. And that'll bring up Edelman. Oh, it looks as if she might not get to hit here. She might get pinch hit for her. No, it looks like they're going to pinch run for Lineback instead. It'll be Emma Toney's, the first-year outfielder from Carlisle, Massachusetts, who will pinch run for her. And I definitely watch. I mean, you know Tony's obviously a pinch runner quite fast, and you know Michelle Edelman can fly. I watch to either see if there's a hit and run or a little bit of a drag bunt type play on here. Wesleyan seems alert to it as Palmer's in front of the bag on the first base side. De La Cruz even with the bag on the third base side. Edelman showed bunt, pulled it back, strike one. The 0-1. Swung on, grounded weakly to short. Asking me a tough play. No play, in fact. And then just getting back was Tony's, who almost got caught off of second base. But an infield single for Michelle Edelman. And I know we mentioned in the first game Edelman was struggling, had been a little bit cold. But I think it's fair to say she's back. Lindsey Newman steps up here for the Jumbos. Newman 1 for 1 on the day. Singled first time up. And lines that one down the third base line. That's a fair ball. That's going to score 2. Edelman quickly around, gets run into. She's going to get home anyway. And a 2-run double for Lindsey Newman makes it 7-0. And Wesleyan wants timeout. I think they're going to change the pitcher. They are. That'll be it for Sakara Kota, who really, she looked good. And she just had the unfortunate reality of having to face the toughest lineup in all of New England on a day where they finally woke up. We're going to take a short break. Be right back with you after the pitching change. Welcome back here to Spicer. Nobody out in the third. Brooklyn Williams in to try and stem the bleeding for the Cardinals. Up to hit for the Jumbos is Carrie-Ann Slayton, who singled first time up and then scored on the bases clearing triple. Takes that one in there for strike one. The 0-1 from Williams. Turned on and foul for strike two. And you wonder if Slayton is regretting that swing, because that looked like it was going to hit her. Though, the way Brooklyn Williams' fastball looks, I don't think I would want to really let that one hit me either. Williams is 0-2. Ooh, that had movement just a little high. It's very clear after seeing a couple pitches from Williams why both she's been so good at getting strikeouts and has struggled with the walks, as that 1-2 is fouled off. She has a lot of velocity, a lot of movement on her pitches, but because they're so quick and have so much spin on them, it can be hard to locate. If she can locate them, Look out. The 1-2. Just missed. And Ariel mentioned it in the first game, but, I mean, we're seeing it again here in the second game. The Jumbos have picked up Wesleyan's signs. Because you can see pretty clearly Lindsey Newman calling out the sign from second base as that one's fouled off there. And you would have thought that Wesleyan would have changed their signs up between games. But the fact that they haven't suggests that maybe they don't know that the Jumbos have picked up on their signs. But it's definitely been a factor in how the Jumbos have just been teeing off on the Wesleyan pitching staff today. The 1-2 is flared to right field. That one is caught. Oh, no, dropped. That is a fair ball, and that's going to be a two-base error. Throw is not going to be made. Scoring all the way from second is Lindsey Newman, and the Jumbos make it 8-0. And for those of you at home asking about it, it's going to be ruled a fair ball because the outfielder was in fair territory when she first made contact with the ball. That makes it a fair ball even though it landed foul. And that is why Slayton is standing on second base. Though it looks as if the umpires are going to have a discussion here just to confirm that. We will wait to see what they rule. Just a really unfortunate situation there for Gately, as that was a tough play, and she was trying to get herself set to maybe make a throw to third, and just took her eye off the ball for 1 second, and a costly error. They're going to confirm the call on the field. It is a fair ball, a two-base error that scores a run. And the Jumbos now lead at 8-0. And that has got to be a killer for Brooklyn Williams. She had Slayton 1-2 for about 6 pitches. And then just got kind of tried to get bailed out by her teammate. Her teammate just kind of bails the Jumbos out. Yusuf Polsky now up to hit. Swings, hits that one up. Good play there from Lennon. Throws in time. The runner will advance. Yusuf Polsky does her job. And 1 out for Jimenez with a runner on third.
Now batting for the Jumbos, number 10, Bella Jimenez.
That one inside, gets to the backstop, but not going is Slayton. The 0-1 is flared down the first base line into the Wesleyan dugout. 0-2. And this would be big here for Williams if she could get Jimenez to strike out. Jimenez doesn't strike out much. But if she can get the strikeout here, then she can really turn and go after the next Jumbos hitter, who looks to be Maggie Murphy, pinch hitting for Perucci. Pitch off the plate. Jimenez lays off at 4-1. Williams set. Delivers the 1-2. Swung on and grounded into left field. A base hit for Jimenez. And the Jumbos make it 9-0. And my apologies, I did not see the 1 on that jersey. It is Lauren Harita, not Maggie Murphy, who will be pinch hitting, the first year from San Mateo, California. gonna get a chance to hit here. Harita hitting 440 on the air in only 25 at-bats, so not enough to put her above, atop the NESCAC leaderboard just because she hasn't had enough at-bats, but in the short sample size, she has been very, very effective for this Jumbos team. A Jumbos team that already has 10 hits through 2 1/3 innings. The first pitch is a strike. A little bit of an off-speed pitch there from Williams. That one is on the outside corner for strike 2. Jumbo's first base coach not happy with the call, but Harita has to defend now. We'll see if they send Jimenez. That one low. Jimenez slams on the brakes. 1-2. The 1-2 to Harita. Just a little high. That one is swung, grounded up the middle. Just missing that one was Lennon, who made a great effort at a diving play. But another hit, the 11th on the day for the Jumbos. And the hits just keep piling up. And if I'm Brooklyn Williams, the one side I probably didn't want to see was her striding back up. And her is Josie Steinberg, who was already 2 for 2 on the day with 3 RBIs. To add to her already impressive first game, where she had 2 RBIs in the first half of the doubleheader. Williams' pitch. That one popped up towards second base. Caught by the first basewoman, Kat Palmer, for the second out. Steinberg just got under that one. And 2 down for, this time it will be Maggie Murphy replacing Rachel Moore in the lineup. Murphy played a lot of third base last year. Hasn't gotten as much time this year. Not to any fault of her own, but more to the fact that Perucci and Lineback have come on so strongly as first years. But when you have someone as talented as Maggie Murphy on your bench, someone who is hitting on the air right now, a impressive number of hits, including a really nice job in extra base hits, with half of her hits on the season being extra base hits. It is always a good sign as Murphy looks to get going a little bit here. That one lined into the gap. That's going to get down, and that should clear the bases. Maggie Murphy going to clear the bases with a 2-out double. Jumbos make it 11-0. And now getting her first at-bat of the day will be Emma Tonys. She came in to pinch run for Lineback in the second. Now we'll get to bat, hitting 167 on the air in only 5 at-bats. So, hitting an OBP of 167, has not gotten a hit in 5 at-bats. Looking for her first hit of the season today. The 1-0 is low to Tonys. The 2-0 is low. 3-0, we'll see. And no, it is very clear, even from here, that Lauren Epstein is giving Emma Tonys the take sign. Williams is 3-0. Low all the way. And that one gets away, which will allow Murphy to get to third. And will put up runners on the corners for Michelle Edelman. Edelman, 2 hits, 2 RBIs on the day, including that ridiculous inside the park home run. We'll see if the Jumbos try something in terms of running here. With Tonys a fast runner on first, maybe see if they try a delayed steal, get 2 runners in scoring position for Edelman. Runner is not going. She looked as if she was going to go. Edelman check swing called, strike 1. The 0-1 hits Edelman, and that'll load the bases. Edelman just shrugs that one off, says no biggie, and that'll load the bases for Lindsay Newman. And Wesleyan gonna have a huddle as they are desperately trying to get out of this inning. We'll be right back. Back here as Williams set all the Wesleyan defenders on the same page. Lindsay Newman digging in here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Got a lot of that one and hit that off the shin of someone standing along the path about 100 feet down the first baseline. Now Williams sets the 0-1 to Newman. Flared just a little behind that one, again down the first baseline, and she's down 0-2. Williams is 0-2. Just misses off the outside corner. Williams wanted it. The 1-2. Flared into shallow right field, and that one is caught by the second basewoman. And Wesleyan finally escapes the third, but not before the damage is done. Jumbos put up a half dozen in that inning, make it 11-0.
6 hits, there was 1 Wesleyan error.
Welcome back here to Spicer Field. Sky Johnson, after a long break, is back out on the mound here, set to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in this Wesleyan lineup. That'll be Alexis Campbell, Molly Lennon, and Isabella Sakarikota. Still, she has been cruising the whole way. Johnson only 1 base runner allowed on the day. Jumbos undid most of their most recent substitutions when they were hitting, going back to their starting defensive lineup, trying to just keep things rolling on the defensive end. Johnson set to Campbell. That one is popped up and caught for out number 1 by lineback.
Shortstop number 20, Molly Lennon.
That'll bring out Molly Lennon, the leading hitter for this Wesleyan team. She came into the day hitting .368. Has struggled, though, 0 for 4 on the day so far. Curveball came back. Looked as if Johnson and Slayton weren't on the same page. Slayton set up outside. Johnson started that inside, and it never really came further than the inside corner of the plate. The 1-0. On the outside corner, strike 1. Johnson set. Fastball is ripped to left field. That one is back, and that is caught by Yusuf Polsky for the second out. As a loud out there by Molly Lennon, who has got to be frustrated as she has made real nice contacts about 4 times today and is yet to get herself on base.
Number 15, Isabella Sakarikota.
Sakata Kota coming in, 2 outs already here in this 4th. Johnson set. That one just off the plate for ball 1. The 1-0. Flared out of play. 1-1. Sakarikoto hitting .306 coming into the day. She is 3rd on her team in multi-base hits with 4. A great curve there from Johnson. Had Sakarikata fooled, and now Johnson can look for strikeout number 7 and try and escape this 4th 1-2-3. The 1-2. Little 2 outside, ball 2. That one is flared back to Johnson. She's going to have to hurry. Bounces it. Picked by Newman for the out. Or excuse me, picked by lineback for the out. What a play. Bailing out her pitcher. The no-hitter intact as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Jumbos lead 11-0. Welcome back to Spicer. Jumbo's up 11-0. Revy Brown now on the mound for the Cardinals. They were good in the inning or two they pitched in the first game here. Looking to build on that in this second game. They will face the bottom of the Jumbo's order. Slayton will be up, followed by Yusuf Polsky, and then the top.
Williams moves from pitcher back to the DP role, and now pitching for the Cardinals is number 14, Webby Brown.
That one just inside for ball one.
Tufts is the catcher, number 22, Kerryon Slayton.
Kerryon Slayton 1 for 2 on the day. Has not scored yet today. One of the few Jumbos who has not. Just lines that one caught there by Lennon for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out for Brown. And now the Jumbo is going to have a pinch hitter come up. That'll be Caleb McCabe, the junior. On the season, McCabe is hitting .278 with 5 hits and 2 RBIs.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Jumbos. Number 3, Caleb McCabe.
Brown set. That one chopped down the third base line. That's going to be tough, and that is going to stay fair the whole way. Absolutely unlucky for the Cardinals. And excuse me single for Caleb McCabe. And that'll bring up the top in Bella Jimenez.
Now batting for the Jumbos, number 10, Bella Jimenez.
Jimenez 2 for 3 in this game. Was 2 for 3 in the first one. Has an RBI. Takes that one for a strike. Jimenez is the NESCAC's leading hitter, hitting .474 coming into the day. I'd be willing to wager she's getting very close to 500 right about now. She takes that one inside for ball 1. Browns 1-1. Jimenez lofts that one out to right field. That is caught comfortably for out number 2. As Jimenez just got under that a little too much. That'll bring back up Lauren Harita, who lined a single into center field in her first at-bat in the third.
The DP, number 19, Lauren Harita.
A nice off-speed pitch there from Brown. Just couldn't quite get it to drop far enough. Ball 1. That one is hit down the left field line. Getting a poor read on that. That's going to drop and get in. That'll be a double for Harita, as it seemed to get hung up in the wind. And the left fielder out there just couldn't quite track it. Unfortunate for Brown, who had really done enough to get out of that inning. But the inning continues. And once again, Josie Steinberg will get another chance to do some damage. Steinberg 2 for 3 on the day, 3 RBIs. First pitch is way outside for ball 1. Steinberg, one of 3 Jumbos hitters now hitting above 400. The other 2 being the 2 in front of her, as that one is hit into the right center field gap, but coming over to grab it nicely is Alexis Campbell. And Wesleyan escapes that inning without any damage. We go to the top of the 5th, 11-0, as Sky Johnson looks to try and close it out.
Bottom of the 4th, no run.
Welcome back here to Spicer Top 5.
Moving up the
Jumbo's got 3
fifth,
runs to play with here.
number 2,
All they have to do is make sure the Cardinals don't score 4, and they walk away with their 12th consecutive NESCAC win, which would put them to 12-0 and 1 win away from guaranteeing home field advantage in the NESCAC tournament. Johnson's pitch is just outside to Cat Palmer there. Palmer on the day is 0 for 2 in this one. Was 1 for 2 in the first one as she fouls that one back. 1-1. And running into a little bit of a problem here as we have run out of softballs. Coach Epstein out to come get some, as it looks as if the construction monster has eaten some of the stash. Now we have one, and we can get back to playing softball. Palmer steps back into the box. Johnson gets the read. The 1-1. Foul back, 1-2. Johnson's 1-2 is lined and caught by Jimenez in shallow right field for the out. 1 down here in the 5th. That'll bring up a pinch hitter for the Cardinals, Clara Castillo. Castillo on the season is hitting .286 in only 7 at-bats. 2 singles. Johnson set. That one is in there at the knees for a strike. Oh, excuse me. I thought I heard a strike call. That is low, ball 1. That one's foul back, strike 1. 1-1 now. Johnson's 1-1. Curved and swung by Castillo at a pitch that looked like it was about to hit her. And Johnson had 1 and 2. Johnson's 1-2. Swung and missed, strike 3. The 8th K of the day from Sky Johnson. And the Jumbos are 1 out away from a doubleheader sweep. All that stands in their way is Chrissy Gately.
The right fielder, number 24, Chrissy Gately.
That one is outside for ball 1. Just missing, and they're going to give it to her after a long pause, as that did clip the outside corner for strike 1. Good movement on that pitch from Johnson, bringing it from the righty's batter's box back to the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. That one swung on and missed. Jumbo's 1 strike away. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. The no-hitter from Sky Johnson. And the Jumbos sweep the Cardinals in dramatic fashion here. Sky Johnson's first career no-hitter. The second thrown by a Jumbo pitcher this week. And the Jumbos move to 12-0. For all of us here at JumboCast, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I've been Riley Daniel. Alongside me, doing camera work has been Justin Loker, and behind the scenes, of course, Jordan Burke doing a phenomenal job as always. Have a great night, everybody.
Wesleyan